We're live. We're here. Wait. Brian's like, what the fuck?
Brian's like, you guys are gay.
Yo, Olipop, cream soda.
Twinsies. All right. I don't know what you guys talked about last week because I wasn't here. Did you guys talk about the Giants at all? Because I know that they finally made a signing.
I don't remember. Did we talk about Jameis Winston? I don't remember.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Jameis Winston on the Giants is hilarious. So
it is very funny. We were just talking about it a minute ago off the air. Is it weird that I'm kind of excited about it?
No, I mean he seems like a funny guy.
I don't think it's the right move for you guys, like at all.
But what is though at this point?
Training everybody.
I mean, essentially.
No, my feeling generally on it, honestly, is that there's nowhere to go but up from Jones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And as long as this guy plays decently and they can put up 6 wins, then it's a successful year. I mean, that's how low our standards have gotten here in the Big Apple.
Yeah.
I mean, he was great for the Buccaneers, but like, I mean, we'll see.
Past prime. Yeah,
I think so. I mean, he's like in his 30s, which is crazy to say someone's past their prime, like in their 30s. He probably could play for another 9 years or so, but.
Well, I heard.
Yeah, Mike, what are your feelings on this? Because it's you were for the Giants, sadly, like I do. But
so, okay, I had to look up something because this kind of goes to what I'm saying. We've seen him, like, what was he, at the Pro Bowl? He was really funny, entertaining. I've never seen his side of that personality. Great personality, right? I think he's better than Rodgers. He's a stopgap guy.
Yeah.
He's just filling it in until they figure out the quarterback spot. But I was informed, and I was not aware of this, that he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman back in 2013.
I mean, he is an NFL player.
And it was settled out of court. So,
Yikes.
It's settled. I don't know.
What's crazy is that's never happened to anyone else. So that's never happened to anybody else in the league at all. So that's a bombshell for me.
That's huge. No, it is. It's huge.
That's a bombshell.
Honestly, Mike, I don't know.
Are you surprised?
After dealing with Aroldis Chapman and Domingo Herman, and after seeing people on the internet openly trying to be like, let's sign Trevor Bauer to the Yankees, I don't feel bad about Jameis Winston signing with the Giants. I really don't. I don't think it's look, 2 years, $8 million is nothing in sports dollars. So I think in terms of the price point, they nailed it on that. And like I said, nowhere to go up from Jones. So let's go. Let's ride, baby.
Let's see how it plays out. I'm sure there's going to be some controversy.
It won't be good. I'll tell you that. Yeah. It won't be good.
Yeah, but neither was Jones. That's the thing. Like Jones costed $40 million a year. This guy costs $4 million a year. You understand? That's a bit of a difference in.
Oh yeah. I mean,
what you're spending on
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I mean, I like the Jets picking up Justin Fields.
That's much better.
No, I think that's a good move for them. Absolutely.
That was a great move for them. And like apparently Rodgers is looking to go to the Steelers, which I'm like,
he's running out of.
I don't feel like the Steelers are dumb enough of an organization to take him.
I mean,
prove me wrong, Pittsburgh.
Somebody was wrong. Speaking of assault allegations, they did keep Big Ben for an extra 7 years after that.
Big Ben's been there forever. Yeah, Big Ben's been there forever. I mean, like that's the thing. It's like at the end of the day, if you're a garbage person, it's like, are you still putting up the stats? Are you still playing well? Or like, I don't know. The morality question in sports would take up like an hour.
Also, sorry for the nose blowing a second ago. Because I had the wrong mic. So I thought I muted it, but it was the wrong mic anyway. I'm sorry. Sorry to cut you off with my fucking
told you
grossness.
No blow on the show, Phil. Okay, your cocaine habit is tearing the show apart.
We're not going to get picked up for.
I'm not nearly cool enough to know where to buy cocaine anymore.
You can find it anywhere in New York. Yeah.
I'm sure you can. I just don't know anybody anymore.
I mean,
any bathroom of any comedy club we've been to.
Real quick,
something.
That's the place. That's where I'd go.
Yeah, I was trying to divert it back on track, and it was like,
no,
let's talk about comedy.
No, that's what the show
like,
was built on, which was cocaine jokes.
It usually,
okay,
you know what, that's fair. It's usually not me. It's usually me that's getting off track, and you guys have to bring it back. So,
no, Brian was trying to make a good, pungent, like good sports intelligent point, and I just totally. Right. I'm sorry, Brian. I am.
It got too good.
Well, I mean,
one of the yeah.
I guess I'm still interested in the question about like morality in sports, and like at what point is someone did such a piece of shit or so irredeemable that they need to be banished from sports? Like what
Ray Rice is
I mean, Ray Rice is definitely an example, but also like, you know, should Pete Rose? This is a classic question: should Pete Rose be in the Hall of Fame?
Absolutely.
I agree. I saw a documentary, though, a docuseries on HBO on Pete Rose, which was great, and I was like, oh, he is a unrepentant, massive piece of shit.
There's a lot.
Like he's like, I mean, it's not even just the. I always thought it was just the gambling, but like when I saw it, first of all, he's a pathological liar. Second of all, there were statutory rape charges against him in the 70s. Third of all, he just is like. He's just you just know he's garbage. Like he's just like the alcoholic uncle that you don't invite to weddings because he's going to ruin everything. That's who Pete Rose is.
But he got
so like yes, he should be. He absolutely should be in. But like I kind of when I watch the documentary, I'm like, oh, he's also just a massive piece of shit of a human being.
Which brings
he's
up,
dead
though,
now. So like
we've talked about this. How many dudes who are in the hall in any of the halls, whether not just baseball? You know, whether they're in Canton, Ohio, or Cooperstown. How many of these guys are massive dirtbags? I mean, seriously, you go back to history, especially in baseball. There's like clan members, there's woman beaters, there's
Babe Ruth.
I mean, dude, you go far enough.
You went from clan members to woman beaters to Babe Ruth.
Well, you see,
like that was the worst one of them.
He just doesn't like fat guys. He's body shaming fat guys on the Nosebleeders show.
He wasn't that fat, Babe Ruth.
But like, here's the thing: baseball started in like the late 1880s or 90s. You could probably find a guy who played in the league who's in the hall whose like dad was mad that they abolished slavery. Like during his time, like there is. It's not really a question of morality. Sometimes it becomes a question of the time period they're from, right?
Or Ty Cobb. Ty Cobb was a massive racist. Like everyone knows that.
There's a lot of bad dudes.
I just assume anybody that was from that era or before was like anybody right now who's above the age of like I don't know 60 now or dead. They're all racist. I just assume that. You know. We're casual about it. We don't keep them out of the halls because of it.
I think OJ should be in Canton, Ohio.
He is.
I don't know. I don't think he is. I think he's gone from the Hall of Fame.
He's still in there, isn't he? I know somebody stole his bust, the statue head.
Oh, that's funny.
And they found it was like after the murders, and they found it on the side of the road. I think they put it back.
I always thought like he was. I always thought he was banned from like the Hall of Fame, but like I
could be wrong.
But I think either way, I don't think he should be banned because
I don't think he's banned from the Hertz Hall of Fame. So he's probably in the book.
I'm the only thing I regret this week is not finding another OJ ad.
Hall of Fame.
No, he's because we've watched like 14 Hertz commercials of him. I didn't do any more OJ ads this week. I'm kind of upset at myself for it because on the rare times I get to do the show with B-Rabs, I like to throw him a curveball and screw around and do an OJ ad or some other type of
OJ jokes.
Terrible. Character in our ads. Do you want to get to the ads? We have like I think 5 to get through. If you want to just hop right into that, we can.
We could, but opening days this week for baseball. We should at least.
They haven't done anything yet. See, right now we're in that time of year where spring training isn't quite over, but the regular season hasn't started. So there's really not much to talk about because most teams have their rosters for the most part settled, but the games don't count yet. So it's just like. Yeah, they're going through the motions, but there's nothing to celebrate or bitch about yet. Although, actually, there is one thing to talk about. Well, the Yankees signed Ryan Yarbrough earlier today.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes.
So I don't know much about him.
Oh, dude, come on. He played for the Rays for years and played for the Jays for a year. He's like a lefty. He's like a lefty reliever, but he's also can be like a swingman, spot starter kind of guy. He's pretty good.
I always miss on relievers. That's like my Achilles heel with baseball.
Okay.
When the Yankees had Michael King, the first time I saw him pitch, I was like, who is Michael King? And my friend's like, he's a reliever on the Yankees. You don't know your own team? Like, I don't know any of these relievers.
To be fair, they go through.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
40 guys, 50 guys a year. Every team goes through a ton of relievers.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think it's fine. They need more pitching because everyone's hurt, and I'm fine with it. It's
But I will say quickly, the Mets and Yankees played a spring training game today.
And I think they're tied.
Yeah. Aaron Boone spoke with Soto, and he said, "You don't look good, or you look better in pinstripes." But they didn't have the game on the S Network. It was on. I guess it was just on the MLB Network. I guess the S and WFN they flew back to New York. So
spring training games are always a pain in the rectum to get coverage of. They only broadcast 1 or 2 a week. Even the radio feeds. You're lucky if one of the teams, because I have a Sirius XM, and you can only get some of them even in the spring training. It sucks.
Well, the what do you call them? One on my TV, the Gotham Sports app the other day, they were showing away feeds because
they've been doing that this spring, which is dope. I watched the Blue Jays feed like last week. I thought it was kind of fun.
They had the Tampa Bay feed the other day, and what was weird about it for me was Tampa Bay's announcers, Dwayne Statz, who used to be the Yankees announcer when they were on MSG. So I'm like, is he a guest in the booth? I know that voice. I've heard it for how many years? And he's like, oh, it's the away feed. So that was strange. So but I would.
The Braves. I watched the Braves and Cubs game. The Braves looked pretty nice. I think the Braves are going to be like the ones that like the Mets are going to have to worry about the most.
The Braves are a team that has no holes in their roster. They have no holes. And I've been saying this for years because, my old roommate was a Braves fan. My grandpa was a Braves fan. That team has a above average to all-star level player at every single position. And they have a really good rotation. They have a really good bullpen and everything. The only reason last year they didn't make it far is because they had I think 7 or 8 injuries. That team is ridiculous.
Yeah.
They are good.
But the Dodgers are probably going to go to the World Series again.
If there is a team that can take down the Dodgers, it is the Braves. And they took them down, what was it, 2 years ago or 3 years ago in the NLCS? No, the Braves are really good. We're not going to do predictions quite yet. We'll do that next week. I'll do my rankings. I was, by the way, I was really off last year in some of my divisional picks. We can do some predictions next week, though, if you want, not because the season will actually be started.
I think everyone was off. I mean, no one expected the Mets. As a Mets fan, no one expected the Mets to go to the National League Championship, especially in the beginning of the season. They were like trash in the beginning of the season.
They
had an amazing comeback last season. The oh my god summer, it will be missed.
They had the 3rd worst record in the league in the NL at one point, and everyone was like, "They're done. Put a fork in them." And then they went on a really crazy run. So we'll see what they do this year. It'll be interesting. See if he's back this year. I assume that they're going to bring Grimace back this year, right? They have to. They have to. He's purple, like the 7 line. He's ingrained now in the Mets culture. That's the best year they had in 10 years.
Yeah.
And I would not sleep on the Padres looking for revenge on the Dodgers. I don't know how well they'll do, but they're going to be a thorn in everybody's.
Everybody wants to take them down. And by the way, everyone's fucking sleeping on the Diamondbacks still.
That's
The D-backs did take them down 2 years ago. They're good.
Actually, I was reading the New York Times. They ranked all the third, all the MLB
all 30
teams.
I saw something like that. Yeah.
They put the Diamondbacks at number 3.
Yes, I saw that.
Yeah, they put the Dodgers at 1, Braves at 2, Diamondbacks at 3, Phillies at 4, and Mets at 5. Yankees were at 7.
Here's the thing.
I think I saw the Yankees
at that because the Yankees have 2 pitching injuries right now. I mean, no Cole does F them. That does. I mean, Max Fried is great. I can't wait to see him pitch, but I wanted him as the 2 guy, not the ace. So we'll see.
Well, Manaya's hurt too for the Mets. So
isn't Clay Holmes the opening day starter for the Mets?
Yeah, that's we'll see.
Oh boy,
amazing.
We'll see.
Comeback player of the year.
Yeah, the one thing with the Mets this year is I don't know if they have the pitching to hold up for a whole year.
They don't have the pitching. No,
they're gonna have to make some trades, man. Something.
Listen. When they showed the potential batting order, I was very excited. It was literally Lindor. I mean, if we had pitching, we would be we'd be a shoo-in for the World Series. It was Lindor, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo batting cleanup, which was interesting, but then you have like Vientos like right away, and then you have Marte and Winkler. Yeah, whatever the fuck his name is.
No,
Henry
Mets.
When I saw those when I saw those first four, I was very excited. I was like, damn, I never really pictured Nimmo batting cleanup. But like fucking Lindor, Soto, Alonso's gonna be good this year too. Mark my words.
Oh, he's pissed that he couldn't get an 8-year deal somewhere. So this is his FU year for all the people that are underrating him. I agree with that. I think the Mets offense is really good. I think that they have a decent bullpen. It's the starters, man. They need to trade for probably 2 or 3 starters or hope that people develop throughout the year. That's the only knock on them. I think they'll be pretty good. They'll definitely be above 500. We'll see what seed they get. I do think that if they do make the playoffs, it'll be a low seed again. It'll be like a 5 or a 6 seed. But I think they're good enough, certainly. Yeah.
Imagine this Mets team now if they still had Verlander and Scherzer. That's what they were looking at, a couple years ago, and it just didn't pan out. Those guys would be like, wish we were back.
They did the right thing by getting rid of them.
Oh, yeah.
They did the absolute right thing.
No, they couldn't keep him, but I'm just saying, imagine if they were there now. I'm sure those guys would be like, I wish it was this season. Playing.
We'll get into actual predictions of like rankings and stuff next week. I think that'd be a good thing to do. Yeah. But Mike, let's get into some ads. We always like to do the old school ads on the show. So let's do the Knicks play the Mavericks this week. I think I found a couple of Mavericks ads. The Nets play the Bucks, I believe, or maybe the Knicks do. Mavericks and Bucks and
we've been doing March Madness because the tournament's going on right now, but St. John's lost, so I don't care anymore.
So it's over for anybody around here. Yeah,
we don't care. It's on the basketball.
And UConn lost too for those of my Connecticut folks. So there's just no reason to watch anymore.
There's nothing left. Yeah,
unless you like Duke.
Unless you like
they're always in it though.
But what's interesting about it this year is like they really created a team around that dude Cooper Flagg because like he's supposed to be like the number 1 NBA prospect. Now he's hurt. So like I have to also say this, unless you went to any of these colleges, if you're like a die-hard college sports fan and you didn't go to that college, you're a fucking loser. Can I just say that? You are an absolute fucking if you're just like I'm a big Wolverines fan. It's like, did you go to Michigan? Are you from Michigan?
You know what?
It's like, then why do you care?
I'm gonna push back on that a little bit.
Local
Brian. We're gonna have to do. We're gonna do a little radio argument back and forth for a couple minutes here before we get into the ads.
Into it.
Here's the thing: we grew up on the East Coast. All of us. We're all tri-state guys, right? So we had.
He's a tri-state guy.
Yeah, we all went to college, but the thing is, you have to really factor this in to population density. And if you live in Iowa or Idaho or Missouri or Kentucky or somewhere a lot more rural, there are no pro sports leagues and there are no like big event venues for the most part. Like the one time that, Taylor Swift came to your town and you couldn't get a ticket or whatever to the nearest big city 7 hours away from your town, or, you're older, Michael Jackson, somebody like that. So the only game in town literally is the local college sports teams.
If you're in the vicinity,
that's all there is. Yeah. So if you're saying if you grew up there,
if you grew up in Iowa and you're an Iowa State fan, it's like, okay, I fucking get it.
Right.
If you grew up around Notre Dame and you love Notre Dame and you couldn't get into the college for some reason, just because.
But you're still a fan. So you're saying if like someone like me from Connecticut all of a sudden is like, I really like watching the Texas Longhorns or whatever.
Yeah.
I know people like that. I know there's plenty of people like that. I have a friend who's like an Ohio State fan. I'm like, why? What? And he's like, I fucking hate Michigan. I'm like, you're from Jersey. Why do you give a fuck about it?
You're from Hackensack, bro. What are you talking about?
You're getting By the way, too, like college sports entertaining as hell. I love watching them, but like to get like so passionate about it, like I hate Michigan and I'm like for Ohio State. It's like, dude, you're watching children play a game.
Yeah,
that's what you're doing at the end of the
day.
I mean, granted, by the time as we age, we're always going to start watching children play a game. I'm watching the Devils, watching Jack Hughes. It's like watching a PAL game. It's like dude is like 19 years old, or it was 19 years old when he started out, but like I think especially college sports, when like the rabidness. Again, different if you went to that college, if you were in that area, you had like maybe a family member who was a big, who like went to like, Tennessee or something like that, or Old Miss or whatever. Like, and then you're a diehard fan of them, then that makes sense. But I just know people that are like, for Ohio State, and I hate Michigan. And it's like you've never been to any of those states.
Yeah, you've never been to that time zone, like in your whole life. The one you flew over it a couple times on your way to L.A. or Phoenix, but you never, you didn't have a layover in Detroit, like nothing. Okay.
I just saw them on TV one day, and I fell in love with them, and now I'm a fan of Oklahoma Tech. I don't know.
Yeah, like I don't
from Jersey.
I don't get it. Or it's like I'm a Tar Heels fan because Michael Jordan played on the team, and then but it's like okay, fine, like you want to watch them or whatever.
But yeah, I get it. Yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
I have no besides. Just for pure entertainment and gambling purposes, I don't care about college sports like at all. Yeah. Like I do want to watch Duke though, and the reason why I want to watch Duke is because, like I said, there's an interesting story behind it.
Right.
But I don't like. I'm not like Coach K. Oh, I fucking love you. Like what? I'd be a loser. I would be a loser if I was that type of. Then again, all sports fans are all sports fandom doesn't make sense.
None of it does. No,
it doesn't make any sense. So what am I even judging anyone? There's plenty of morons that are like that grew up in Jersey that are like, I'm a Cowboys fan. And
why?
Like, what connection do you have? Yeah, that's also what drives me crazy. If you're like a fan of a team and you're not like from the city at all. Right. Or you don't have like a family member that was like into the team or whatever. You just like decided to be a fan of a team one day. Like that's like that makes no sense to me. That makes no sense to me whatsoever. I knew too many like Dallas Cowboy fans. Like,
well, let me explain that one. So here's the thing. The reason why there's a lot of that and why they're like America's team, America or whatever, is because back before NFL was the biggest thing in the world and everybody had to watch every single game, even the shitty ones on Thursday night. 40 years ago, 50 years ago, there weren't that many nationally televised games. There weren't even that many televised games. So oftentimes the only games that were on were the Cowboys games, like once a week nationally. So people that are our parents' age, a lot of them are Cowboys fans because it was the only game that was on literally every week.
I mean, that's the same thing again. Like that's the same thing with the Packers too. Like everyone was a Packers fan because that was like that was America's team. That one
Packers
and also like Jets too. Like the Jets are like also when they won that one Super Bowl, they literally won Super Bowl number 3. Us, that's us.
You guys gonna win this year?
Maybe we'll see. I'm so beaten down by.
It'd be funny if they won without Rodgers. That'd be very
fun. It would be so amazing. It would be amazing if they won without Rodgers. That would make the pod even sweeter. But like, who knows what's going to happen to that loser?
I want to see Justin Fields have a Geno Smith type year where
hell yeah,
everybody's like he's done, and then boom, he's just I am. Great.
I mean, that's classic Jets. That's classic Jets where they have a terrible season with us, and then they go somewhere else, and they're like, actually, they're pretty good.
Yeah.
Hopefully this time
could it be the water?
All the shit I heard about Chad Pennington when he was on the team, like Chad Pennington, that doesn't even sound like a football player. That sounds like
he was like the best quarterback.
That sounds like a water polo player. Like that sounds like
it does.
Like all this like working class fucking bullshit just because the guy had like a waspy ass name. Like all the stuff that I heard about him, and then he goes to Miami and he's great on Miami. So.
Sure. People used to tell me when I was younger that I kind of looked like him a little bit.
That was I could see it.
Doppelgangers, Chad Pennington. But anyway, let's get over to. I don't know if we'll have time to do all 5 that I found, but let's do at least a couple of these old school NBA ads. Let's go. What do we got, Mike?
All right, let's go to this first one. This one is with Yao Ming. Let's take a look.
Can I write a check?
Yo.
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 Can I write a check?
Yo.
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 Yo. Yo.
Yo.
Yo.
Yo.
Can I write a check?
Yo. Next time, use the Visa check card instead of checks. It'll get you in, out, and on with life.
Yo.
Gee. Yogi.
Yo.
Oh, this warmed my heart to watch
I
for
remember
so
that,
many
yeah.
reasons. This felt like just a very like wholesome, like mid 2000s commercial. You know, like Eminem would be playing in the background or DMX would be playing in the background, but like someone basically said like we have to make it a little more urban. That's what we have to do. There's a bunch of
make it urban?
white executives that are like, but this just reminds me of a simpler time in a lot of ways too. Post 9/11, simpler times.
Just post 9/11.
Yeah,
but I remember when this came out, and it was just fun to see Yogi Berra in a commercial. You know, he's like America's teddy bear. He just shows up.
That was a plot twist.
Yeah,
that was a plot twist. You did not expect Yogi Berra to come after Yao Ming at all. Very much a plot twist there.
Look at the baggy jeans and the the velour sweatsuits. I had those. You know,
it looks like it could have been like a Ludacris or Nelly music video.
Yeah,
like that's why I like it. I'm like, this warmed my heart in so many ways.
The old MTV days, when MTV mattered.
And I also like the premise that Yao Ming, who's like an NBA superstar, is walking into one of those Times Square gift shops, because that's clearly what it's meant to look like here. Yeah, that's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Where they have like he just gets one of those shirts that say "fuck you, you fucking fuck."
They sell those everywhere.
Yeah. Or he buys one of those shirts that says like marijuana instead of McDonald's or something like one of those weird like touristy.
That's what they sell in the back there. Generic Brooklyn shirt, and that's great.
Yeah. This one's fun. It like same thing. This kind of does warm my heart because there's no pointing fingers. No one's getting offended. No one's being like, "Oh, Visa's woke" or whatever dumb shit we have to hear about now about every corporation. It's a cutesy little ad of misunderstanding. It's fun,
Yeah.
Yogi. And by the way, he's holding the actual Statue of Liberty. That's how tall he is. So he's never mind. Mike jokes. Well, cut it out. Mitch Kupchak, a 1978 commercial with Mitch Kupchak, who I think became like a GM.
Oh, the Nets are playing the Wizards this week, I believe. So I pulled this because this was back when they were the Bullets.
The Bullets. All right.
Mitch Kupchak, you're real easy going. Anything ever make you mad?
No, I never get mad.
Well, how about when an official makes a bad call on you?
That's the way the ball bounces. No, it doesn't make me mad.
Well, how about when you buy a new car and you find out too late that you might have saved $300?
Now that makes me mad!
Don't you get fouled up. Before you buy any new car, find out how much you might save at Rosenthal Chevrolet.
Don't make a $300 mistake. See Rosenthal Chevrolet.
Man, that was epic.
First of all, great acting in this commercial.
I was waiting for the backboard to break when he dunked on it,
Oh man. Also, I just gotta say, can this guy, Mr. Rosenthal, who's a full 2 feet shorter than this basketball player, can he be any more of a Jewish stereotype? like I don't think he can be. There's nothing he can do.
He looks like my psychologist.
Looks like everyone's lawyer. Okay,
that's what he looks like. He's a Jewish man. I'm not sure. Yeah.
I also love I also love like a $300 mistake. Like, oh my god, like how like people watching this, if they made a $300 mistake, they would like jump off their roof. Like they would. I mean, a $300 mistake would make people commit suicide in 1970s, and now it's like a $300 mistake. That's the weekend in Atlantic City.
Exactly.
In 2025. That's my mistake. I'll make that mistake next week too.
I bet that on the Bullets next week.
How
about the?
I like to make the $300 mistake betting on the Bullets, and they don't even exist, and I just keep losing money because I'm betting on the Bullets constantly.
I like the sound effects here. This is...
Don't you get?
Oh yeah. You are a sound effects guy there, Michael.
Yeah, that's This is classic, and I think Mitch Kupchak became a GM or something. I didn't even know he was a player. So this is pretty my time. So
yes, that one definitely 90s. Is.
Yeah,
I wish they brought back the Baltimore Bullets. That's just such a great name for a team.
They wore the throwbacks when Jordan played on the Wizards. When Jordan was on the Wizards, they became the Wizards. When Jordan was playing on the Wizards, they did wear bullet throwbacks But now they have the uniform looks like the Bullets, but it's still the Wizards.
They can't bring.
Did they change the name because like that area, like the Beltway area, had the #1 murder rate in the country or something? So they're like, yeah, we gotta not do that.
Yeah. No, that sounds about right. That sounds about right for Baltimore. That sounds on brand.
All that fun with Bullets we can't have anymore. You can't do it.
All right, what do we got, Mike?
We got this one says Epic 90s Milwaukee Bucks. So let's take a look at this one.
Oh yeah, this one's good.
Yeah. Wow. Hey now.
Look at those special effects.
Look at this. Better than that.
Our Milwaukee Bucks host the Cleveland Cavaliers live from the Bradley Center Tuesday at 7:30 on Super 18.
I feel like I'm tripping on Robitussin again in college. Like, what the hell? What the hell is a purple reindeer doing?
Purple buck,
like a purple buck. Well, yeah, the Bucks. But like, what the hell is a purple buck doing? Like, just like riding through the city while
and there's lightning in the background,
lightning everywhere
for no reason, inexplicably. Yeah, like
it's like evil Santa's sleigh reindeer got loose. You know, Krampus's.
Well, in the off season after Christmas, they move back to Milwaukee. I think, right? That's part of the lore.
That's what they do in the off season. Yeah. All the reindeer live in Milwaukee. So,
yeah,
this is the Vin Baker era.
I just feel bad for like anyone that was like watching this commercial tripping. You know, just like, am I watching basketball or am I in a magic dimension? Like it's all over the place right now.
When these Bucks jerseys and color scheme came out, they used to be green and red, I think, or something, and they just had the most generic '80s plain uniforms. And then these came out. And a lot of teams in the NBA went through this rebrand era. Like, look at the Jazz with their mountain uniforms and all that. So this was like a big deal. But after a while, everybody's like, not the purple and green. They look like the Joker. And they went back to first. They went to green and red, more of a Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Well, he was Lou Alcindor then. That era of the Bucks, and now they look like the Giannis's logo with the beige.
Isn't it just green and white now?
It's like beige and green. So. There's a little history here. It's weird to think that this is old now because I remember when this was so new.
Their jerseys are the shit. I mean, like the Bucks jerseys are cool as fuck.
Yeah. Forestry green is sick.
No.
So, but
we're tripping with reindeers, guys.
That was an error. That was something. We got two. We can fly through these. Let's see. We got these are the Dallas Mavericks commercials. You promised a surprise in here, Phil, right?
Well, not a surprise, but something that specifically B-Rabs is going to like.
Oh, okay.
Because there's a certain guy in it who
certain guy. All right, let's take a look.
Jersey, if you're a Jersey Nets fan,
he's a Jersey guy. All right, let's take a look. Hey. That's it.
Jason Kidd throwing it back. throw it. I mean, such a throwback to like when everyone in Jersey like loved Jason Kidd. You know, he was. I mean, he was the best thing that happened. Well, to New Jersey until he left for the Mavericks. But
he went back. Yeah. Well, that's him. Jamal Mashburn. I don't know who the other guy is. I forget. It's Jamal Mashburn there. That I don't recognize him. We can Google it. But the behind the back pass like a gun is
that smoke or powder, guys?
Yes. Well, so I don't know.
See, I figured this commercial will be teeing Brian up for one of those jokes. So I was waiting for it. I'm like, come on now. Let's go.
The Mavericks, the Cowboys in the desert.
Yeah.
So
no, but like that, like I don't know, Jason Kidd in the early 2000s. Like I mean, because the Nets were like not really ever good, and then there's that one period when they were like really good, and it was exciting. and then they were just trash again. I think I'm just kind of done with the Nets in general.
It's over.
I really am. I mean, I'm kind of going through a crisis of faith where it's just like I don't want to be a bandwagon Knicks fan, but like I also just like I feel like I deserve happiness too.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah,
you mentioned that last time.
I've been a diehard Jets fan and Mets fan like my whole life. I'm always going to be a diehard Devils fan, and it's like the Nets aren't even in New Jersey anymore. They're not the same team, and it's like why don't I just enjoy a team that's winning? Why don't I just like a team that's good? Even though the Knicks had 2 fucking terrible losses recently with the Spurs and the Hornets.
Bad. Yeah, they can't be losing to the Hornets or like
the Knicks are running out of gas right at the end, like they always do every year. I gotta say, also in this ad, Jason Kidd, he looks so out of place in a cowboy hat, doesn't he?
He does.
Yeah, because he got the shaved head. You don't see
so
cowboys have like long hair, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you don't really see a shaved-headed cowboy, right? You always see like Wyatt Earp or Tombstone
and the beard and the it looks
Gary Cooper, something like that guy. He's got like a regular haircut. Jason shaved head. It just like it does.
That's what that look on their faces is for. It's for the haircut with they're not even worried about the balls. They're just like, bro, that hat flashes.
Just had to dodge them. He just had to dodge the balls. He was so used to throwing balls at his wife all the time.
You know what it is about the hat? And this is what was bothering me. After I just looked at the other hat, he's not even wearing a cowboy hat. He's wearing like an Australian Outback Crocodile Dundee hat.
It is a diesel hat.
It is.
Yeah. They're wearing cowboy hats.
Yeah, he's got the flat brim.
He's got I'm from out of the country. But I'm a cowboy just the same. That's what it is.
All right, Jason Kidd.
All right,
so
all right.
we got another one.
We got one more
Mavericks related ad.
Mavericks related ad.
Here we go. Ready?
School.
The NBA, we got it. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action. The Dallas Mavericks are back, playing against the Charles, Hakeem, and the Shaq. But guys like Jamal, Jason Kidd, and Jimmy Jackson come to reunion and see nothing but action. Dick Mata, we got him. Jamal Mashburn, yeah, we got him. Jason and Jimmy, yeah, we got him. Hey, the Dallas Mavericks give you nothing but action.
Call 214-988-0117 for exciting season ticket plans.
I don't want to watch Jason Kidd on the Mavericks. What are you doing to me, Phil? What are you doing to me?
That was like
you're gonna be excited about this. Now I'm just depressed. Now just
okay. No, Jason Kidd's only in this one for a second, but let's focus on the rest of this.
More than a second.
Like bars, the rhymes.
It's got rhyme. This is very clearly from the early '90s. I believe this is '93 or '94.
Yeah.
Everything about this screams '90s. You got the rap. You got the the text in the screen, the colors. I am certain that this commercial gave at least a couple of hundred kids across the country seizures.
There's it's very bright. It's very flashy.
Yeah, and like the Charles and the Shaq.
The Shaq.
The Shaq. I know Shaq on the Orlando Magic too. By the way, not Shaq on the Lakers. Shaq on
or the Suns or the Celtics.
This is like the tail end of everyone's career right here, basically.
This is just pure green screen magic.
You like that little look, little Charles with the eyebrows?
Yeah.
You guys like that?
And that's who was in the other commercial, Jim Jackson. So I should have known that. Dick Mata. Oh yeah, that's how you make the head coach's name cool. Dick Mata. Oh yeah, the Shaq. This is like Triumph by Wu-Tang, Brian. This is
we're all coming together. Yeah.
Oh, look at it, classic.
We got him.
That's what my nephew does. Look at me, This commercial costs $50, and they borrowed the local weather station's green screen to make it. So.
Yeah.
I mean, it is really just stock footage with some intern had to get text on the screen. Like that. That really is how they made this commercial.
No, knowing our luck, the actual person who made the commercial will see this and write, "You guys suck. You know how hard we worked in that, and you don't know."
Yeah, it is funny that the random 8 people that watch these, sometimes people get really critical or they know something.
Yeah,
about
we got
some hate comments.
We got a good comment. I'll bring this up real quick before we go because it's right on my desktop. So we had somebody comment we actually still have people commenting and watching the show. Are you guys still there? Because I think my TV.
No, you're good. You're back now. Yeah, you're frozen for a second.
Everything froze. So we got some feedback. Here's some user feedback, and this is actually pretty nice. This is from Rusty Cunts.
Oh, there we go. Thank you, Rusty, for dropping by.
Rusty Cunts.
Domi's the man.
Yeah.
If you guys need more reviews, love watching sports brawls, especially hockey. This one is an absolute classic. Madison Square Garden. Dude, thank you, Rusty Cunts.
Rusty Cunts.
So,
you are my favorite fan ever.
Yeah, you know,
you are welcome at our table anytime.
Yeah, thank you, Rusty. All right, there we go.
Undefeated. Okay. So that was fantastic. So people like it. So they're watching.
Can I make a motion? Can I make a motion that Rusty Cunts is the unofficial mascot of the Nosebleeders podcast?
Yeah.
I mean,
Rusty
Cunts. Gonna maybe we can get him on the show. Who knows? Or maybe we can.
I would. You know what?
The whole family. His brother hopefully is named Shaved.
You know what?
So
landing strip.
Anyway,
Brazilian. Whatever.
Yeah. Brazilian Cunts.
Harry. I don't know.
What if that's like actually his last name though? Because
there's no way that's his actual name. There's no fucking way.
I think there was a baseball player with that name.
He's just a plumber named Rusty, and his last name is Guns.
No, I think there was a baseball.
He has to tell everyone, like, listen, it's actually pronounced Kuntz.
Kuntz.
Okay,
Kuntz.
Every day he has to fucking correct people.
Wait, look.
It's
here, look. There is a real. He's a real. This is a real baseball player, so it could be his real name.
That'd be great if it was the actual guy.
It's probably it was the actual Rusty Cunts.
As a living legend, I mean, you know, he's
clearly
name of names.
Okay, Rusty Cunts. Well, thank you. We appreciate.
Not even a redhead, so
we appreciate your feedback.
Oh, thank you for the view and saying we need more of them. All right, I think that's about a good place to.
That's a good place to.
All right,
we'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Take care.
All right, later.